making me think, because even with every day, it's a different, or every week, a different recall for something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Well, listen,
I
I had, I think a more common here. I don't listen, as nutty as some of my cases have been. I don't really want to attract those types of cases, right? Those are not the ones I really want people beating the doors down for. But I've had a lot of foreign object in food cases. Like I had crushed plastic in a frozen pizza, caused a lot of dental injuries. I had, obviously, the salmonella one kind of took the cake there. That was the one I had the most involvement with. Usually it's like, I mean, you've heard about the crazy ones. So I opened up my drink and there was a finger in it, Yeah, we've had some weird stuff like that. I know, right? I know. A dead mouse. There's a dead mouse in my frozen pizza. I mean, shit. I don't think it. Of course, right. I don't think people are gonna really, like, people will understand why others may want to, hire a lawyer. But so foreign object cases in food, and not just frozen food, but even like, fast food, restaurant food. The people who are selling food have like this. It's an implied part of the law. Like you're implicitly, and think about this, right? Just a rationale. You go to a restaurant and you expect to be served food that's of good quality, or certainly not food that's going to make you ill, right? There's an expectation that you should not be made sick by just eating food, even if it's at, a 7-Eleven gas station. Your expectation should be that you're not going to be rendered ill as a result of it. There's an implied warranty or implied contract in the law. Like, hey, listen, if you're serving food, you got to warrant that you've prepared it properly, that it's been stored properly. You can't put bad stuff into the stream of commerce, if you will.
Yep.
So, that I mean, the foreign object cases, yeah, I wouldn't mind those, but the illness cases can be a little more difficult, unless, of course, you have like one of like that boar's head recall. I love boar's head. I was like, oh no, and then a lot of people were dying of listeria. I mean, that's horrible. So barring something like on a national level, having a more local case can be a little. Here's one. I mean, Carrie was here for this one.
Yeah.
We had a woman, I had a Starbucks claim. She said, she got her Starbucks, whatever drink it was a cold drink.
Yeah.
And a bee or a hornet got into her mouth and stung her or something on the inside. I mean, it wasn't a huge case, but I got her a few bucks for that, Not an easy case though. Not an easy one, but hornets and the drinks. Hey,
it's actually interesting. I had that happen once, but I couldn't blame anybody for it because I had the can sitting on something, but fortunately, I saw the bee go into the can.
Gotcha. Well, that's super common in the summertime, right? They find their way to the sweet stuff, but this was inside, like it was inside. Like,
Wow.
In his plastic cups. Listen, it wasn't a huge case. It wasn't a huge injury case. I told her flat out, I'm not litigating this. I'll see if I can settle it without a lawsuit, but that's as much as I'm willing to do. Unfortunately, we got her a few bucks and she was fine with that.
That's actually funny, but I will tell you, growing up, in high school, I worked in the supermarket, just a little side note. And, I don't drink out of cans at all because I used to see the cans delivered in the back, and as they stay, people's feet on them, and they come in from.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And I'm like, so I never drink out of a can. I always pour it in.
Pour it in a glass. Yeah. Yes, I understand. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I tried to live by that, but I admit sometimes, or you don't think about it. You just sometimes ignorance is bliss, Gene.